Time for another weekly roundup here at Satori Accounting. I'm just back from holidays from being away at Tato Park with the family last week, and I can tell you that week absolutely flew in. We had a busy week trying to finalise quarterly VAT returns for the quarter to the end of June, so about 26 VAT returns to get finalised for that quarter, and the team got them all finalised by today. Deadline is Sunday, and I helped to just review and get a few of them finished off and out the door as well. The rest of my week was spent 3 prospect meetings. I had a meeting with Susie to talk about our overall marketing strategy and content and so on. I have been looking at some financial planning software, and actually today at a meeting with the Early Adopters Hub, we were looking at some specific software that I think is going to be of real interest to what we want to be doing at Satori as well, in terms of helping people with their business and their life. So I think the timing was absolutely perfect on getting to see that as well. And it's always enjoyable to see what kind of new tech is coming onto the market through the hub. A couple of things I just want to mention in the weekly video today as well is it's 3 conversations I had this week, 2 with clients and 1 with a prospect. And the prospect conversation was a strategy meeting today. Somebody who wants to move from Sage to Zero. We're currently still finalising the job for a client moving from Sage to Zero. It's taken longer than we expected, but there's just quite a lot of data involved, and we just want to make sure it's completely right before we complete the handover. And I'll talk about the prospect meeting today. The 2 client conversations I had this week were interesting. One was with a client who I spoke to a few months ago, and they had a problem around how they value their services and how they ask their customers for more money for more work that they're doing. They were getting pushback on extra work needing to be done, but they weren't charging for it. And based on a chat I had with the client back then, and a bit of a script that I was able to sort of run through with them, I asked them this week, how have things been since then? And it felt kind of life-changing for them, because they feel like they're now in control of their business a bit more. They feel more of it like a business owner than just being self-employed and working for their clients. They're able to pick and choose maybe what they're doing, when they're doing, how they're doing it, and how much they're charging for it, just based on making a couple of slight changes to their process and to their mindset, and putting those things into practice is the big thing. So that was good to hear. Another client who's been trading for about 10 years has decided that they might want to downsize their business. Now, they have a good e-commerce type business, making decent returns, but their spouse has actually been given a promotion, and they're going to be earning more money, which means that the household kind of doesn't need 2 incomes. So they're kind of fighting with themselves as to what they're going to do. The e-commerce business has been quite time intensive and energy intensive, and even though the money's been fine, it's always been a stress point for them as well. And the advice I was giving that client really was, do what you think's right for you, because you're actually in the comfortable position of being able to make a choice. And some people don't have that luxury, and they kind of have to be earning or have to be doing something, or they certainly feel that way. And I think that's important for us here at Satori, is to not just advise clients on money and numbers and tax and all of those things, whilst they're important. What is it that you want to do with your life, and what's important for you right now, and make your decisions along those lines. And that's about joining the dots between business and personal. It's all part of your life. Brings me on to the 3rd conversation I had, which was with a prospect today. They'd come to us to sort of think about going from Sage to Zero. And the initial conversation, I just wasn't sure if it was the right thing for them, or if they were sort of really ready for it. They probably heard Zero's great and it's the way to go, but they'd not really done any research and decided to speak to us because they recommended that we can migrate them across, train them in exactly what way they need it, and so on. Based on the conversation today, I've recommended they do not go down that road whatsoever. That surprised the prospect, because they kind of felt like, I thought you'd be coming to totally demonstrate your service, to basically sell. And I says, no, today's meeting is a strategy session. Is this right for you? What do you need to be doing, or where do you need to be at to make the move, or to go down this road? Demonstrate that we would be a great fit for their business, there's no doubt about it. And we could certainly, instead of transferring them to Zero and showing them what to do, we will just put a finance team in place to run that for them. But there were so many other issues in terms of the business, the structure of the business, the monetary side of the business, family issues that need to be sorted, that I just knew it wasn't the right thing. And again, it's something we want to pride ourselves on here at Satori, telling people what's right for them right now, rather than just giving them services willy-nilly. Hope that's useful. It's a good weekly roundup and a bit varied in terms of what I've been up to. But I really do enjoy having conversations like that with clients to get really under the bonnet of where their life and business is at before they move forward. It's not just about you need this and need that and need the other. Like, are they ready for certain things? And I just knew this client was not nowhere near ready for cloud adaptation. We may revisit it at some point in time with them, but we've given them some advice on life matters that I think will hopefully push a few other things in the right direction. As I say, that's our weekly roundup. Join us again next week, hopefully for another one.